Alright, so, aloha folks. So here's what we're doing. I take these little Pixar pick things. I got them at the dollar store. And it's a bit of a problem because I buy so many of them. I actually have like a ton of them. Hey, Scotty T. So we're gonna take these little dudes and chop them up and try to make them into something like this. Trying to get my camera angle good to see how it works. Actually, that looks okay. And to do that, craftsman all these little eyeballs. I also have a bunch of 3D printed eyes and shit too. Variety of tools. But I got this oven baked clay. I don't usually use this. It's the first time I've ever used it, and I picked up a bunch of it. So I'm going to be using that today too, to make this stuff. There we go. Okay, we're back. I thought it was so weird. Yeah, I don't know why it switched to that. That's OBS being OBS doing OBS things. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Alright, so I got my friend Kyle here. Turn up the volume, says Scotty. Okay, so turn up. Oh.
So let me unmute my mic. That will make it a bit better. We got the snowball here. Okay. And so it's always technical issues getting started here. But it makes sense. But I'm trying to, yeah, so let me see, turn my mic up a little bit more. I think actually, hopefully that should be good. How does that sound now? Does that sound better? Okay. Trying to see how it sounds good on stream. Anyhow, okay, so what I'm going to do is, again, so we'll get started here. I've already explained it even though I had my mic muted. Get these dollar store Wazowskis and turn it into a beholder. So, and why beholders? I don't know. I just love I just love the idea of taking this happy little guy and turning him into a mind-bending, like, psycho monster thing. Yeah, I want to make it into something awful. Yeah, and I actually I recorded a bunch of footage to do this a long time ago too. I was going to actually do it, but then again my computer crashed. I lost a bunch of footage, was working off my phone, it was just a pain in the butt. So, bear with me folks, I gotta get my rotary tool out here so I can drill some holes in my dude here. Oh, they can't hear you. Oh shit, okay. Oh, god damn it. Damn it. Yeah. Hey, there we go.
Yay!
Should have you now.
Apparently, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear?
Deagles are an abomination that must be exterminated. Can you hear me?
Let's see.
I've got it playing in the background. We'll see how long it takes for me to hear you.
Yes. Hello, Wazowski.
There we go. Now we can hear you. All right.
I can hear my hideous fucking voice.
All right, I've turned that down. So, I think for this guy, I'm only gonna do I'm only gonna do like 4 or 5. So, let's do 3. So we'll start off with 3 here. So pardon the noise if that's noisy.
Yep.
But
It's drowning out your voice when you're using the tool is kind of fun. I'm not Fauci, little green margin. Come on! I was trying to be that ugly, disgusting slug chick. You know the Fed?
yeah.
The Fed chick?
Roz. Yeah, the Fed.
Yeah. Yes.
Roz was a Fed.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. That's the last thing I want to hear.
All right, so. Oops. All right, I gotta turn down some more audio.
Yep. And your friend is showing us the deepest, darkest roots of his hair.
You can get a shot of Kyle's fabulous afro as he as he deftly marks out his things there.
Yeah. He makes Black Dynamite feel jealous.
Oh, it's glorious. He's got some glorious hair. He gets compliments on it all the time.
Dynamite. Dynamite.
We were we went out for sandwiches around Christmas time last winter, and
No, don't tell this story. No, story.
Did he hear me?
Kyle doesn't like this story, but yeah. So we went to a sandwich place, and we walk in, and the guy looks at us and he goes, "You look like the bandits from Home Alone, or the robbers from Home Alone."
I mean, that dude has a glorious fucking. He has a glorious fucking afro though.
It's a fantastic afro, and
I'm pretty sure the only reason he survived is because of his fabulous fucking hair.
Daniel Stern, yeah. So he was Daniel Stern, which is not a bad thing. Daniel Stern's a good thing. I was Danny or not Danny DeVito. God damn it, what's the dude's name? It's blanked me. Kyle, who's the other wet bandit?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know fucking names.
Hiram, what was his name? It's super famous. Joe Pesci. Pesci. Yeah. So I was Pesci. So at least that.
Yeah. It's a funny thing. He used to be the guy who was the guy who also got his head lit on fire, and then you look at Goodfellas, and he's a guy who beat someone to death with a gun so hard the gun fucking broke.
All right. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on this. I got kind of focused in on this right here now for a second.
It's okay.
All right. So,
I'm just background noise for an hour.
Yeah,
so okay.
You're just trying to help us keep busy.
Yes. No, actually, I'm just here trying to distract you to the point of insanity, but
Right.
yeah, we can hide it as something nice.
Keep me from getting any work done. That's okay. Yeah. So I had to run and grab this armature wire today because the armature wire that I'd ordered on Amazon is not going to be here until Monday. So fair enough. Just gonna.
Dave, I don't think this is right for this. I think I'm gonna break this.
I have another small coping saw in the bucket over there if you need something else, dude. I also
if you and Arden ever meet, you should do some kind of construction stream together. That'd be cool.
Dude, I would love doing that. You know, I do the spray painting stuff, but
Dave, you have a problem.
yeah, I have a problem. I have so much shit here. That's what I just said. Like a dozen Wazowskis. They're super fucking hard to find, believe it or not.
Clearly not. Because that means you spent significant time.
Everyone else.
Stalking down every
Dude,
Wazowski.
Martian.
Yeah,
When I was a kid, I was misbehaving, and my mom caught me. She always put on the Ross voice and said, "I'm always watching you." Yeah, that's kind of, kind of makes sense when she's a fucking fed, because she is always watching you.
She is always watching. That makes a lot. It's a lot more terrifying now that you realize that Roz is a fed. Okay, so.
Don't eat that. That's not marshmallows.
Yeah, this is this is Sculpey clay, and it's the first time I've ever used this stuff for this purpose. Usually I use green stuff, but green stuff has to dry overnight, and this stuff should be a lot better.
Yeah.
And plus I can do cooler things with it. I can make better textures. It'll hold better textures. I've tried to do a lot of different clays just to avoid spending as much money on this stuff, which is ridiculous considering how expensive green stuff it is. But I use green stuff for a lot of different things. That 2-part putty, I got a thing of it here. Let me find it.
Where's the saw at?
There should be one in the bucket.
This bucket?
Yeah, there should be another saw in the bucket. And if there's not, there's one in the bigger art bucket.
Okay, I found it.
Oh, okay.
I was just missing the first time.
Damn it. I thought I had it sitting around here. I guess I don't. If I find it, I'll put it on camera so people can see. But it's that green yellow epoxy putty. If you do any sort of like Warhammer shit, you know what I'm talking about.
Green stuff.
Green stuff.
Also, we have a fucking stream we need to plan too, of the other variant.
Yeah,
right?
we do. We need to do that. So I'm free on Monday this week.
Yeah.
I've just got to make a couple of phone calls at some point during the day, but other than that, I'm totally free.
Yeah, that's the sad part for me, because I have familial things to do.
Right, it's a pretty common thing.
Yeah, apparently having a life is a thing. I first thought, no, I'm never gonna have a life. Turns out I actually have a life.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Life kind of.
I was promised that if I played video games, I would never have a life, but here I am.
I know.
Yeah,
Just saying.
Yeah.
Being a loser has its perks sometimes, you know.
God damn. But no, I had to fucking get a job and had to be a contributing member to society, and now I'm caught in the trap. Fucking hell.
So I'm gonna do just a basic, so what I'm gonna do is just a basic armature for these things. And I'm actually gonna do a couple of these guys.
Can you move either your hands further down?
Pull my hands further down. Okay, so I need to not lean on the table, that's the other thing. Okay, so I'm gonna put the armature on here, because I can't bake the dude. I don't think this plastic. Well, you know, I probably could. Honestly, I probably could bake this plastic. It's PVA plastic. I'm baking it at 275.
What is that in actual units?
Oh, is it in units that didn't get us to the moon? Is that what you're talking about? In freedom?
Hey, I'm just playing. It's out of all the shit the French have done, the one good thing they've done was the metric system.
Yeah. Where are the instructions here? I gotta find the right side of the package that has the instructions on it. And then, where the fuck did I find it? I found it on one of these.
Sully! Turning into an abomination from beyond the grave! Yay!
There it is. It's 130C.
Okay.
Which I don't think should be too bad. I probably should have tried to do that beforehand.
Let's be honest, if you get a little bit of a melt, it might actually look kind of cool in it.
It might. You're right. It might look kind of cool too. So let's go ahead and just roll with it.
Yeah, fuck it, let's go.
We'll put them on there. Because what I had originally planned to do was take these off and bake them individually. But screw it, dude. He's getting baked all at once.
Yeah. Everybody likes being baked, dude. Totally. Rama, dude.
Fucking Rama. Jesus Christ.
Australia. Australia has
It's
issues.
not a real country.
No, it's not. It's a prison colony where the police are assholes.
It's not a serious place. Okay, so...
I mean, it's a fucking country designed to murder you at every fucking step possible.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no kidding. So I'm gonna build these up kind of thick right now, and then I'll clop them. I'll cut them down. Trim them down as we go, sculpt them down.
I mean, some dudes like it thick.
And I got kind of a thicker armature wire too, so...
Well, as long as it doesn't fall off, that's the point of it. And
Right.
also you can bend it around.
Okay. Scotty says the volume is great.
Awesome. Your comedy minute. You have now been docked. Your name is Scotty.
Oh, he knows. That's what that's what he introduced himself as, Scotty T. He's Scotty T with your comedy minute. He's great,
Nice.
man. I love Scotty. He's fucking awesome. Like Scotty, between you guys and the Sultans and Scotty, they're like really the reasons why I do YouTube. Really the reasons why I keep doing YouTube. Because fucking man, lately I've just been not kind of.
Hey,
not been feeling
we're
it.
happy to be contributing. We're we at the Sultans. We're really fucking proud of you. We just can't help feeling proud when we see you, dude.
But it's fun.
Our harassment cost this.
Yeah, right. You guys bullied me into doing this shit. Now.
I mean, you have a fucking talent. Wouldn't be a crime not to make you use it.
So.
That looks like some kind of fucking weird hairdo.
They kind of start off like that, and so. And actually, you know, this is because this is kind of a learn with me process with this putty, because I'm not used to working with this clay.
Mm-hmm.
The green stuff clay, I just need so little of it, and it just because it is expensive. And so I use it very, very sparingly.
Yeah, it's like when I make salted almonds. Almonds are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
But they're nice.
You gotta activate your almonds.
That happens a lot. That happens a lot depending on what website I'm on.
I said that and my son just looked at me like, fucking dumbass. He looked back at me.
Your son is hip with the crowd. He knows what's up.
Oh, yeah.
Your son ain't of the woke kind. He's not part of the school curriculum, which kind of makes him somewhat a functioning adult.
Yeah. He's getting better.
There's hope for him yet.
Great hope for him.
All right.
So,
Yes.
especially while he's sitting in the room.
Learn from your old man, son.
Yeah. You know, that's the thing, is we're always trying to teach our kids to be better than us. You know, or we always want our kids. I guess we want our kids to be better than us, and sometimes it's hard to teach our kids that, or express that to them. But I'm gonna start getting like all goofy and philosophical, so we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna focus on making a fucking monster. They got all these little goofy sculpting tools, so we're gonna come in here, and that's the wrong one. That's not the right one I want.
I can do goofy and philosophical though.
No, I don't have my.
Respectful
There you go. I don't have my my shit organized at all, so I'm just gonna take this little thingy here, sculpt it down. try to... Now I got it kind of like in a general shape. I could just half bake it a little bit. Try to add stuff on it from here. Might make it easier to... Let's get... I'm at... Okay.
It depends on how you can do it, though. If it's too soft, it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but if it gets too solid, it's gonna be even worse.
So here's what I'm gonna do. We'll get these stalks down just to a really bare minimum. Get him in the shape I want, and we'll get the clay onto him. Smooth down to where I want it. Get it just worked down as much as I can. So, you know, people pay a lot of money to watch women do this kind of shit with their feet.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna pay you.
I guess I'm gonna say this isn't a kid's stream.
I condemn
You disavow. Alright.
Yeah.
LGM, yeah. If a tree falls
It's a good meme. It's a good meme, but people who are serious about that shit, it's oh boy.
You know, so here's what I'm gonna here's what I think I'm gonna do with this one. And it may not finish, I may not finish it in this session, for this one in particular. So what I'm gonna do is kind of like a bony one on this guy. I haven't done a bony one yet. I just think that'd look kind of cool.
That would look phenomenally cool. And there is a undead beholder in 5th edition called the Death Tyrant.
The Death Tyrant, yeah, I could kind of make
I believe.
kind of like an ossified,
Skeletons.
yeah. What time is it where you're at, man?
Me?
Yeah.
I'd say 23, 22 digital.
So 11?
Yeah.
11-ish, yeah. Okay, cool. So it's still late.
Yeah, a third. We're 1/3 in towards 12 midnight.
You guys didn't go that late on, we didn't go that long on Sultans today either. I think you kind of went down.
Bissig was tired as fuck.
Dude, he does that shit at midnight. Like, that's wild.
I mean, that's a bonus of just being completely free of any kind of sleeping schedule.
Yeah, well, that's weird. I couldn't do that. Just get up. I guess my mom does that, but she's in her fucking 70s. So.
Yeah. It's more understandable when old women does it, but then again, Bessic doesn't really have much other than this, so.
Yeah.
Understandable why he has completely fucked sleeping schedule.
Right. Like, I don't know. I got a day job and shit I gotta maintain, so.
You too, huh?
I gotta be a regular human being.
Ew! Disgusting.
Alright. Yeah, Nordic time. My friend Maylock's in the chat. She's from Sweden. So.
Hello. So what? She's one of the few good Swedes?
Yes, she is.
I'm a Norwegian, Melux.
Yeah.
The greatest of all Scandinavians.
We all know that's the Finns. Don't fucking lie.
No. The Finns are on a league on their own. We're not counting them a part of this group.
Yeah. Oh no, that's right. We've had this conversation already too.
Yeah. It's basically how you. Scandinavia is essentially just the 3 of the 5 countries, right?
Yeah.
It is Norway, Denmark, Sweden, right?
Yeah, that's
Norway,
true.
Sweden, and Denmark. Then you have Finland and Iceland. While being official members, they're more like the cousins, while Norway, Sweden, and Denmark are brothers and sisters. the Finns and the Icelanders are just cousins. They both live on the outskirts and just do their own thing. We don't stare at them. We don't judge them too much, because we see what they've done to people. One dude is just the ultimate Sen, while the other one is just like this nice dude who you know can snap at any moment and just raise hell.
Well, and they had, I'm like, they have like World's Strongest Man. Like, who was the, like, it wasn't, no, is it Yoko? Yeah, they had a couple of them, Yoko Holison, I think, or something like that. It was like the greatest strongman of all time.
Also, they have the,
he was he was Finnish.
It's always that area.
I mean, the Finns and the Iceland tend to be very extreme in their own way.
Yeah, but the other one was Magnus Magnusson, who was, that's a Nordic, or that's a Norway. He's a Norwegian guy.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Magnus
boy.
Magnusson and Joko Hola were two of the OG, like really good strongmen. Nordic strongman.
You don't fuck. You don't fuck with either of them. So that's why Denmark, Norway, and Sweden has just agreed that, okay, so we're just gonna fuck with each other mostly. Yep, okay, yep, agreed. So we keep always discussing who is better, who's the best, and in many ways we are equally good. Norway is, of course, better, but that is hard to argue, in my opinion. Humble as I am.
You know, some may say it's kind of like being the prettiest Denny's waitress.
I look at it more like this. You have 3 siblings, right? Then you have the out of the 3 siblings, you have the short older brother, that is Denmark. He's done it all. He's been through the world. He's been through some shit, and he knows his way around things, right?
Yeah.
He has some weird habits. Since he's so short, he is afraid of heights. Oh, watch out.
Stop
Melix
leaning
is
on the
whipping
table.
you here.
Stop leaning on the table. Yeah.
Don't be lazy, bro.
She keeps me in line, dude. That's why she mods my Discord, too.
Yeah, no, Estonia is not part of Scandinavia. They want to be, but they're not.
Estonia? No.
Yeah. They want to be, but they're not.
No. They're Baltic.
They're a part of Eastern Europe.
They're an Eastern Bloc country, yeah.
Yeah. And let's see, where was I going?
Okay.
Yeah. Denmark, the short older sibling, the firstborn, and he's been through the block, done a lot of shit. Then Sweden is the middle sibling, the one who came after, decided to try to break the mold and be more extreme, more hardcore. We're the best. We know better than our older brother. Haha. We're so special, Mom. We don't have any issue, Mom. Right? All the parental issues, right? No rhyme or reason. They're good at what they do, but whenever they do something, it's either a huge success or an abject failure. And then you have Norway, whom is the youngest sibling. Size-wise, it's the middle highest, but it chooses not to make too much fun of Denmark for it. And having studied both of our siblings, we realized where they kind of screwed up. So we decided to just learn from that and do our own thing. And then we figured out that our real estate has a lot of valuable shit under it.
Right, and then we dug holes.
Yes, and now, because we're filthy fucking rich, we are lording it over the both of them. Yeah, like, we spent, we spent most of the Middle Ages and up to industrial era times just continuously fighting wars and killing each other. And then we just stopped and instead started just doing banter.
Yeah,
of course,
there you go.
Yeah, Sweden and Denmark were like, oh, we both owned you, ha ha ha. Yes, you did, because, actually we were part of a union with them at some point. So you had, the Kalmar Union, which was a union between Denmark and Norway, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was a union with Sweden. But the only reason Norway didn't achieve the status of a super country Because with our fjords, with our fucking seas, we would have been the ultimate trading hub up in north.
Mm-hmm.
The unfortunate thing is that in the 1300s, I think it was, or the 1400s, a little thing from the, of course, where else? East, close to a certain
All right.
Chi-Hang Ha-Chi country. A plague came, known as the Black Plague, and fucked us royally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did that? I didn't. I guess so. I don't know the history, and I guess this is turning into the Norway history / supremacy hour.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's everywhere I am. Everywhere I am, it is that. Gotta represent.
But yeah, okay. So first off, I guess I'm gonna. What time do we got here? 3:30. Okay, so we've been going for a half hour.
Where are the peeps
Yeah.
at?
We're the what?
Where's Ray and...
Yeah, I don't know. We were supposed to have a couple more people show up here. They might still. I mean, we've got D&D later too.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, okay.
Ooh, what?
Again, so the history. I guess this is kind of an interesting thing to talk about while I'm making a monster. Is the history of the Black Plague in Scandinavia? Expand more on that. I would love to hear more about that.
We do a lot of weird shit, but
Yeah.
like Sweden and Denmark were honestly the ones who achieved imperial status.
Well, Denmark.
Because again, Norway, Sweden. I'm not gonna say empire because truly nothing could really break what the Englishmen were. They were sort of like an empire in a similar vein to Belgium, but better. Actually competent,
Okay.
right?
My hands are getting
that's-
fucking sweaty, so I gotta go put some gloves. I gotta go grab some
Knees
gloves.
weak.
so.
Knees weak, arms are... fuck
Yeah.
it, I can't do the fucking Eminem thing.
All right.
Yeah, there's fucking... How did it go? Yeah, because Norway was hit hard with the Black Plague, we never really managed to recover to a point where the Swedes and Danes were at their point. So we were always on the back foot from there. And genuinely, they kind of helped us out from that time period. Also, there was a lot of intermingling with England. It's Norway just being
Son
a
of a
fucking
bitch.
a lot of trade and shit, and very direct. You could just spread all the way upwards.
So, but that's the Black Plague hit, and that's
Yeah.
like we haven't had any big major plagues in a while. So
Yeah, I mean,
I guess
the Black Plague. Black Plague wiped out like a solid third of all of fucking Europe, dude.
It did. It wiped out a lot of people. I wonder what the population would be like now if the Black Plague hadn't happened. Right, like because it
Considering-
killed so many people that it set
Let's
back
put it like this:
technology and shit
Let's put it like this: the World War would have had a lot more casualties.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so I'm making a bunch of these little wormy dealies, and I'm gonna use these to put the eyes on him.
Oh, nice.
So we're definitely not finishing this in this setting, but what I'm gonna do is get to a point where I can set it down and come back to it later, and come back to it on another stream. So for this specific model. So this one will be done on stream. Alright, so for my eyeballs, I need to quit playing it on the friggin' table. I don't know. Should I go small ones on this, or do you think big ones? What do you think?
I'm thinking the smaller ones would be better, unless you want to make like these freakishly large eyes.
Oh, I could always... And I can make eyes too, because these are just balls of clay that I baked on previously. But I want to see... I think actually these ones will...
I'm just saying either one could work.
So... I'll go with... I think that size is good.
Yeah.
We'll grab these three smaller ones that I got sitting here. Oop. And this is another clay that I got, which was actually it was pretty cheap. This big block of clay. I got it at Hobby Lobby. Okay, so this, just to put it into perspective, this block of this kind of cement looking clay, this is $10.99. The black one here is $11.99, and it is 454 grams versus 227 grams. So now I can understand, because people don't want this color for shit, right? I'm painting it, so I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. As long as it keeps the function you're after,
right?
then it doesn't really matter the color.
I just need it to hold a shape. I don't give a shit what color it is. So oh, I'll show it. I'll hold it up to camera when I've got the wormies on it. Really, what I'm gonna do with these wormies, first off, is put them on here. Try to mold this around. They're a good way to start for eyes,
Right?
because you can just wrap them around and then smooth them down later.
Yeah. That can be really fucking cool.
Like little worms of clay. I mean, it's not gonna look super. This isn't gonna look super bony, but I mean, this doesn't look super bony now, and I'm gonna.
I mean,
work
it
until
doesn't
it
have
does.
to. You can give it sort of like a imagine a limb covered in worms and maggots. You can. I mean, you can
that would
really
be
make it
cool.
look fucked.
I could do that.
Why not just embrace it?
But this one, this one will do kind of like a more rotten, fleshy, but just use the worms to build it up.
Yes.
For this one here. Now my problem, and I should have baked the, or I should have glued this stupid armature down. I didn't do that. I'm retarded. I should have glued my armature wires in, but I was before I got going here, I was thinking I was going to pull them off, so I didn't glue them in. Live and learn, and I will make sure next time to do that on the next one. On the one that I'm going to do.
Test stream.
Right.
This is the test stream, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, this is the test stream. This is the test Wazowski that I'll be doing on stream.
Yes.
With these. So this is, again, it's going to be a learn with me with this clay, because I'm not used to using Sculpey clay.
No.
So.
Hell, I never even used clay at all, so I'm not gonna start bragging about shit.
Alright, I'm gonna fuck up all the work I did already. That's cool. I'm gonna have to do the last eye after I bake it. So,
Nice.
because I do want to do the last one with like worms and shit covering it, like you said. So I'll have to put, like, I'll have to make a spot for the eye, and then bake it in place to actually do the fine detail on it. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do for all of this, is bake it before I do the fine detail, because I keep saying that, but I want to stretch this out. We may actually go less than an hour.
Yeah.
Just because I want to get this one to a place where I want to get to a point where I can bake this thing, and I think I'm almost there.
Awesome.
So.
Well, it's right. I'm gonna be watching Ghost in the Shell with some friends after this anyway. So.
Oh, word. Which one? Standalone Complex or the movie?
We have watched a movie, so we're watching Standalone Complex.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna be honest. In the beginning, I recently watched Ghost in the Shell, and before that, I fucking hated it.
Really, the movie?
Without having to watch it, it was completely irrational, because I have a thing when it comes to arms that if somebody like gets their arms and legs ripped off, I immediately hate it.
Really? Oh, that's
Yes.
interesting. Wow.
Yes, the only time I actually can fucking handle it is if arms and legs can regenerate or be replaced with, like, easily replaced with cybernetics, right?
So you're
Barely even then.
So you're averse to body horror.
Oh, I love body. Here's the weird thing. I fucking love body horror. Like arms and legs mutating and shit. I can handle that, but like imagine a regular Joe getting both his arms ripped off. It immediately sits wrong with me, and it gets a special hate point from me, right? So I don't know if that's me just being a pussy or not, but I guess that's just where my line goes. I mean, I have friends who can be. I have friends who can have a criminal pull a knife on them, and they'll just stare them down and just hold a slightly smaller knife and be like, okay, bet. I bet I can hit you hard enough to kill you before you can kill me. I'll take you down with me, right? That kind of shit. But as soon as you introduce an insect in front of them, freaks the fuck out.
They lose their shit.
Yeah, like, oh, it's kind of, eh.
All right.
Oh, I know about Elfen Lied, and in certain scenes of it I fucking hate it. But there, in Elfen Lied, you have, if I remember correctly, you have functioning prosthetics. But I hate the part where people, and again, if you get mutilated and you don't die within a really short span after the mutilation, I tend to be, unless it's managed to make up for it in some other way, I will hate it. But yeah, it's so fucking weird. I got no real answer for why, but when I was a kid, right? That's just my whole way of starting my explanation of why I didn't like Ghost in the Shell at the beginning, because I had a misconception. I didn't know Makoto was a cyborg.
Oh, really?
As stupid as it is, I didn't know that Makoto, whatever fuck her name is, I didn't know she was a cyborg until recently.
Oh, man.
Like, I didn't know she was a full cyborg. I thought she just was a chick with a... Yeah, I thought she just was a chick with a few enhancements. I didn't know she was like a full-body cyborg, right?
No, dude, she's
Which
not
kind
even...
of changed it.
It's not even that, because she is like a fully artificial life form.
Oh,
Like,
well, she has, if I remember correctly, there's a few, her brain still has a few brain cells or something like that. I don't...
But I mean, but that's the whole... But that's the whole, I guess that's the whole thrust of the show, is that, like, whether she is the battle of conscience. So, man, okay.
Essentially, but again, Makoto, like, for the parts where Makoto is a fully digital individual, then no, Makoto isn't the person she used to be. You are a clone. Makoto, the fully digital, like, full robotic Makoto is a clone.
Right.
Still, you can be a living thing. If you're a living thinking individual, yes, you're still a person, but you are not the original biological one, because if you remove all of it, yeah, you're no longer the person, you're a clone. Essentially, that's how I see it. But anyway, that's beside the point.
No, that's like the Theseus' ship puzzle, kind of.
Kind of, yeah. I love those fucking conundrums. Anyway, before I fall too far off track again, Jesus Christ, I can't follow a thread to save my life. God damn it! No wonder Bezik's pissed off 24/7. Anyway, yeah, little bitch boy me, right? A little kid. I wasn't old. I was not old at all, right? And my parents were out doing shit, so I had a TV for myself.
Oh, there you go. Latchkey kid.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah. And I just went through the channels, and then I saw like Ghost in the Shell, and this chick was 1v1ing this giant spider tank, and I was like, ooh.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Ugh. Yep.
And then she jumps on top of the robot, naked. I was like, little me is like, oh, that's neat. And then comes the scene where she tries to rip it up, and I can see like piece by piece her muscles ripping apart under her skin, right?
Yeah.
And then comes the part where her arms are torn clean off. Like, for me, I didn't quite understand it. I first thought like the piece she was trying to open up ripped her apart. I thought the robot did that to her. right?
Yeah, no, she totally did it to herself. Which
Yeah,
is,
she did it to herself, but a part of me, I read it as a robot doing it to her, right?
Yeah.
So I just saw this robot rip a woman limb from fucking limb, and then grabbing her by the head, and you know when it started squeezing the head and crushing the glasses? That's when I fucking clicked off the television and just curled up in a fetal position for half an hour. That shit shook me to my core, and ever since, I have hated when people lose their limbs, like, or get blinded for that shit. Like, if I see a series where you have a character with one arm and suddenly he loses it, then already it has a big fucking minus, right?
Yeah.
Same goes for eyes too. If a person has one eye, there's a 50% chance he will lose that eye and become blind, especially if he's like a villain or something.
That's yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Like,
so I've got this thing here.
Oh.
I guess check out the camera. I got all the wormy dealies on him here, but
Yeah.
I was gonna work him in. I like this how it is right now.
Yeah.
So
You know what this reminds me of? Have you played Resident Evil 5?
I have not.
All right. Resident Evil 5 is part of the Resident Evil series, of course, but
Yes.
there's this main plot monster called the Ouroboros, which turns people into these giant messes of tentacular worms.
Awesome. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah,
But
it kind of.
right
I imagine
now-
if you color them like the Ouroboros, sort of like black and blood color.
Yeah, I can do that. I mean, we're gonna get to the painting of it eventually, but right now, like, I'm gonna go throw this in the oven before it gets too more like droopy,
Yes.
because I like this. But unfortunately, that means I think I'm gonna end the stream here.
Ooh,
Yes.
We didn't even do anything.
I know we haven't. It's only been, but this is just a quick one for the a quick one to get started. The boss from Kirby's Dream World, yeah. It kind of looks like enoki mushrooms from the back, to me. Like it just kind
Enoki
of,
mushrooms?
yeah, from the back here, it kind of does. If you look at the camera, but maybe that's just me. But for now, I'm gonna throw this in the oven. Let me go get that. And it's gonna be boring, but we're gonna keep talking while I do that. So
Hell yeah.
it's gonna be boring for the people, but I'm gonna do this. So
Sage.
anyhow,
It's
I
Kyle
gotta figure out
time.
how to.
Now we have your attention.
What the fuck were we talking about before I got into it?
Yeah, it's just me being I guess it's just me being a wuss about things. Like,
oh yeah, the body horror thing.
Yeah. It's I think the trope name is ice cream, right? When somebody gets both their eyes picked out. It's essentially a reason why I hate Kill Bill with a passion.
Oh, because she gets her eye plucked out.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
I mean,
put
first
that-
she gets fucking wrecked, and then her eyes plucked out. And then it's like, okay, fuck this, I'm out. Fuck Kill Bill.
Right.
And everyone is like, what, you hate Kill Bill? Yeah. And I tell them that, and some people has just out and out called me a wuss for it, and I just flip them off, say, fuck it.
Okay. We'll keep going. I won't end the stream. We'll just get that shit going.
Yeah.
We'll sit here and keep
But
working on
it-
stream and chat.
It might just be me being a wuss at some point, because hell, I can handle some pretty harsh body horror, dude. I
Yeah.
love body horror. Like, The Thing is one of my favorite fucking movies.
Such a good movie, dude.
God, that John
The
Carpenter
Thing.
movie was,
Oh yeah.
John
It was
Carpenter's
just-
thing.
it was just done dirty because of fucking E.T., right?
Oh, right. Oh, for sure. Dude, I was watching the other night. I was watching some fucking Ray Harryhausen films from the
Yeah.
from the 70s, where like after like closer and closer to like the late 70s, and actually I think one was in the 80s, where oh no, one of them was 1977, so it was contemporary to Star Wars, and we were watching the special effects, and the stop motion Ray Harryhausen like clay animation stuff was so cool. But by 1977, compared to Star Wars, as like more practical effects, it just looked so dated. It looked so bad. And
recommend everyone watch Mad God.
Kyle
What?
says Mad God. Everyone watch Mad God, which I don't think
What's
I've. It's some crazy ass movie.
Oh yeah, fuck that stop motion thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that stop motion, some crazy ass stop motion. I've never seen it myself
I've
personally.
seen clips of
Wait,
it,
you
and
weren't there for that?
I
fuck
wasn't
yeah.
there. I was not there to
Oh.
watch Mad God.
Smart maneuver.
Yeah, I've seen clips of it, and by God, it's just like if you love art, if you love fucking stop motion, that shit's gonna get you wrecked. And if you love stop motion with like eldritch undertones, oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm about. This is the.
Oh yeah, hey, definitely gotta watch Mad God. Find and watch Mad God, dude. Jesus, that is totally up your alley then.
So yeah, Kyle liked it. Okay, so
no,
this is
I
the...
did not like
Oh,
it.
Kyle.
It was horrifying.
You did not? Yeah, of course it's
But I
horrifying.
was
That's
hoping
half
the
the
two
point of it.
girls, one cup, somebody else into having to watch it.
Two girls,
Oh.
one cup, somebody else into watching it. That's fantastic.
I mean, again, I can have. Oh, I find beauty in the grotesque. Like,
oh yeah, for
and
sure.
I'm not saying that as a fuck. I'm not saying
these
that
guys.
like. Oh, it's cute. Look at that look at the little silly Billy.
I'm gonna
But yeah, I don't.
So I'm
I
gonna
don't-
take this
and
chance
I'm
to
not
show off
saying
another
this-
thing that I painted a while back, just because I got the
Do
cameras
it.
up and everything. So
But yeah, I'm not
Uh,
saying like I find beauty in the grotesque as a flex. I just genuinely enjoy good body horror.
try to get the camera out. I can't. So
Oh. Is that a Space Marine?
no. Try to get the camera to focus. If it's going to.
Moving
Might
closer, maybe.
too much light or not enough light. Let me see. Let me adjust my light and see if I can get it lit better. Okay, anyhow.
And also, Marku wants to send me a dismembered compilation of the Fallout. Now, here's the thing. That is okay because they're fucking dead when it happens. Again, it has to be like just dismember someone and leave them. I hate it.
Okay.
Hey,
A little
somebody's
better.
here.
Oh, hey, our homie Ray just showed up. Okay, so this is something I painted a while back. And I'm not going to be able to get a good picture of it on there. Let's see. Oh, I think it started to focus on there just a little
Yeah,
bit.
boy. Let's go. Let's go.
What up, pal?
Oh, not
Anyhow,
much.
damn it. I can't get the camera to focus on it. Trying to look at my OBS, which is right behind me while I'm
Kinda
doing
almost
this. It's
work.
craning my
Alright.
neck.
Caitlin says hi.
How's she been?
Good.
Our buddy right here has the most adorable little girl.
Oh.
My wife.
Maybe move it a little bit closer. It was kind of focusing there.
Starting to. There we go.
Okay. So
No,
what is
maybe
that?
a little bit. So
There. Fuck.
there we go. There we go. Okay, so this is a model. I 3D printed this thing, and the head was fucked up, and so I 3D printed all these little skulls.
Right.
And I put the skulls on there, and man, you kind of start making out the detail. But the actual inspiration for the whole thing was that I was walking my animals like I normally do, and I found a little twig on the ground from a pine branch, and I looked at it and I was like, man, that shit would look awesome painted gold, covered in blood.
That is cool.
I looked at it and I was like, that would look so fucking rad as like something bearing an emblem of whatnot. And so I made this like battle priest guy, and
Yeah.
he's got a silver. I'll post pictures. You know what? I'll take good pictures of it, and I'll post pictures in Sultan's Discord and in my Discord later. But
That's dumb.
Badass.
yeah,
At me when you post. But,
Yeah.
dude, it's okay. I'm getting the sort of like corn vibes from this, like from Warhammer. Blood God.
yeah, for sure. So here is, while I'm showing off my shit instead of actually working on new shit. While I'm reveling in my old glories instead of actually creating new ones. This is my Skull Taker that I painted a long time ago.
Oh yeah. They're sort of like they're like if I remember correctly, Skull Takers are like the advanced Bloodletter demons.
This
right?
It's the king. It's like the leader of the Bloodletters.
Yeah.
So this guy was the leader. He was my warlord for my army when I had a.
They're essentially the step. They're the step beneath the Bloodthirsters, right?
No, the Bloodthirsters are. Yeah. Before they became Bloodthirsters, something like that.
Yeah. Because the Bloodletters are the fodder, but they're still hardcore as fuck. And then you have Skull Takers, and then Bloodthirsters.
Yeah, he's the named Bloodletter. But anyhow, that's one of the ones I did. And then I've got like a whole trophy case full of shit here. I did I did a Blood Bowl team a while back. I don't know. I'll show that later. But I'll show you. I'll pull out because we're running low. We're bumping up against the hour. Here's another Wazowski I did.
Hello, Wazowski.
Yeah, a gal suggested, she's like, oh, you should do it the same color. And so I had to color match. Like, it's the same color, and I had to mix it. Like, it's because this guy's was primed. It was all primed white, and so because I have to prime it because this PVC plastic doesn't hold fucking paint. So,
you know, in this case, I imagine Wazowski looking back at Roxy like, now I got my eyes on you, Roxy.
And so the next one, all right. So I think I'll put it in Discord. I'll post pics in Discord. I said we're bumping up against our hour. I'll go ahead and I can go ahead and end the stream here because I don't think my thing is gonna be done before the end of the hour. And you said you got to get going.
Yeah, I got things to do and a little bit.
All right. Oh, you know what? I think. Let's see. I just pulled it out of the oven, and the PVA, like this PVC, doesn't look too bad. It took a little bit of the shine off of it, but I don't give a fuck about that. But other than that, it looks good. Like, I mean, and this is all firmed up, so it's gonna stay in place when I paint it.
Right.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
All right, so there we go. And now I know it takes about an hour to dirtle something up, and then 10 minutes to cook it in the oven.
Yeah, and it didn't fuck up the plastic.
And it didn't fuck up the plastic. This has been a great success.
I see this as an absolute win. Great success, very great.
Great success. Okay.
I'm Borat.
So now, with all that goofy shit there, I'm gonna end the stream.
Sorry for rambling all over your stream, dude.
No, dude, you were fucking keeping it busy. That's what we were supposed to do. That's what I brought you in here for, was to talk over the stream.
Finally, my talking overness has a purpose.
So I appreciate you doing that. I'm gonna stop the stream. We can keep talking. But I'm gonna sign off here, folks. Mark you, Malox, of course, you know I love you. LGM, all the people who showed up. Scotty T, I'm gonna get out shout out to all the people. Scotty T, Caucasian Sasquatch was here. He's awesome. Check him out. He does a lot of cool live streams. Definitely check out Scotty T, your comedy minute, because he does daily videos and their jokes, and some of them are kind of dirty. He puts out some dirty jokes, little NSFW stuff, and he's fucking hilarious. So
cool.
I can't recommend Scotty enough. And again, my co-host here, which everybody fucking knows, you all know him, but I'll say it for the YouTube purposes. My co-host right here, Trim's Art Shack, check him out.
Ahoy.
We're gonna